Yeah, baby. Throwing that spook, baby. Catching some bass, son. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Walking the dog with that bad boy. Yeah. Got this bass. He dove right in the grass. Yeah, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Got a Johnboat going to work right now. We don't call us a bass, son. Woo-hoo-hoo. Look at him jump. He's got a bunch of salad, baby. He's got some salad. Oh, yeah, in the boat, son. We got a bass here in the boat. Done hooked him good. Yeah, buddy. Not a bad morning fish. There's that Zara Spook, baby. Just throwing that spook up in the shallow water, baby. Working it side to side, walking the dog, son. Walking the dog, baby. Doggies. Alright, I don't think I can keep that up the whole video. This bass here jumped and that back hook hooked him in the back. Pinned him good. Pretty much quit fighting after that. Just had to drag him through the water. Another one on the spook. Started out in the morning throwing that spook. Really didn't get as many bites as I was expecting. So I switched over to a white jig here. Caught this fish on it. They really weren't eating it good. They were biting it, but they weren't eating it good. So I was losing quite a few fish on the white jig. One I saw was probably 4 or 5 pounds. So then, up on this shell flat, and I switched over to a Cabela's Glo-Stick, a senko type worm. Got this fish hooked up and he dove straight down into the salad. Had to get the trolling motor going and idle up there and get on top of him and pull him out of that stuff. Decent fish on the Glo-Stick. Using a smoke color with purple flake. And I am in extremely shallow water. We're talking inches. What I would imagine fishing the flats in Florida for bonefish would be like. So we gotta get right on top of this fish so we can get some leverage, pull him out of this grass. This rod and reel setup's not really designed for this, but only use an 8-pound test, so I'm surprised I didn't snap one of these fish off when they went in the weeds like that. We got it out of there, got it in the boat. Decent bass up on the flat here. I'd actually thrown that at a different fish, and that one came off the shoreline and smacked it. Sucked it in. There's some trees up ahead. I threw a worm out there, and boom, one nailed it right away. It's trying to get down in the weeds too, but not a real big one here. We're able to keep him out of the weeds. Just a little dude here on the worm. So he knocked my worm off, so I had to rig up a new worm. I'm just hooking it straight through the bait. I'm not using any O-rings or anything. Normally what I'll do when I do this is when I catch one, then I'll move the hook where I got it through the worm, because I'll usually tear your hole up a little bit so it's easier for the worm to fall off. So I'll unhook it and hook it in a different spot so it stays on better. But every once in a while you lose one like that anyway. So threw the worm back into the trees. Didn't get bit. I threw it up along the bank there. Didn't get bit. Decided to change it up. Change over to the white jig. And I pitched that up into the trees and boom. Right away one inhales it. Just another little dude, but I like some of that jig around these laydowns. Letting it fall down right next to the trunk. Catch quite a few fish doing that. Just swimming it down the trunk. Letting it fall into the little pockets there where there's a branch coming off. Around the base of the trunk. Places where the bass will hang out a lot. So I throw it around these trees. Several more casts and I don't get any more bites here. But you want to work it from all angles. Throw multiple casts, especially in a high pressure lake. Just trying to hit all likely areas along these trees. Pretty windy day. It's trying to blow me back up into these trees. I'm trying to stay off them. Flip this jig up in there. Using that trolling motor to try and keep me just upwind of these trees, so I can work over all the likely spots from this angle. Pitch it out on that right side and bam. Another little dude. Seemed like them littler ones were hanging around the trees. All the bigger ones were out cruising around, protecting fry. A lot of them in some extremely shallow water. So I just continue to pitch that jig around these trees for a while. Working them over good. Trying to catch every fish I can off of them. There's laydowns up in the shallow stuff, especially on a sunny day like this. You can bet there's going to be some bass under there. A high percentage spot. Working that jig through all the nooks and crannies around these trees. Trying to find another bass to bite. Pitching and casting around this tree. There's a couple trees there. Working it over, but not getting any more bites here. So we keep floating along. I pitch up under this tree here, and I think, like, boom, I get a bite, but I don't get him. Another one that bit it but didn't eat it. So then we float way back up in the end here, and it is extremely shallow. I had to lift the trolling motor up here, tilt it up so I could drift along. Got this decent bass on the Glo-Stick, senko type worm from Cabela's. And he got me in all kinds of weeds. Gotta clear all this mess off of here. And I'm looking ahead, and I see another bass, so I step it up a notch, trying to get these weeds off before this fish sees me. Just trying to get these dang weeds off the line, and they're not coming off very good. Finally getting them off. But it's too late. The fish has already seen me and spooked. But I still think there could be another one up there yet. So I'm trying to get this worm right back up and ready to go. That bass was up there on the right in that open pocket, but like I said, he saw me and spooked. This water's so shallow. They're pretty jumpy. So when I'm pitching this worm out, I'm pitching it out in front of them. Probably 4 or 5 feet most of the time. Just so they won't spook. I'm trying to get them to come over and eat the worm. Make them come to the bait. Instead of pitching it right on top of them. But we're way up in here now, and gonna have to pull our way out of here. So we're just about scraping the bottom up in here. It's so shallow. If you think fishing's all fun and games, hate to burst your bubble, but there's a lot of work involved. This is a hot day. It's gonna get up in the 90s before we're done fishing here, and I'm baking out there. I'm trying to pull through these weeds and the shallow water. Get the boat turned around here so I can get it moving in the right direction faster. Plus, when I get a little bit of depth, that trolling motor works better if you're going forward rather than reverse. Goes through the weeds a lot better. So this is going to be pretty much it for part 1. Make sure you come back for part 2 when we get pushed up out of here. Get the motor back in and get back to catching some more bass up on this shallow flat on our way back out to the main lake before we go up into another shallow cove area.